Welcome, Senyo.
Thank you.
All right. So you've been in the US for a while now. I want to seek your opinion on this. Do you think it's viable to have a business in Ghana? Not only just a business, let's focus on real estate. Do you think it's a viable venture, in your opinion?
Well, honestly speaking, with my level of experience, what I have gone through so far, I would want people to do their due diligence before going into any kind of business. Now, we are focusing on real estate, right?
Yeah.
Which includes buying of land, building or buying of property. It's more real, like, you can see, feel, and touch it, like, that is more real. Honestly, if you ask me, I would say it is not a viable business.
Really?
If you are someone who lives in the diaspora,
all right,
you've lived here for quite a long time. I'm talking about those who have been here for like 10, 15, 20 years. I honestly don't think real estate is a viable business in Ghana. And I'll explain that to you.
All right.
The reason why I say that is because our government, our system does not support any kind of business, especially when it comes to people in the diaspora who wants to do business, because definitely that you cannot just relocate to Ghana and say you want to go do a business. You cannot be an absentee business owner. That is even worse.
Yeah.
They will destroy your business for you. Now, the reason why I'm saying the government or we don't have we don't have institutions or things in place that support diaspora when it comes to business is that even Ghanaians, even those living in Ghana, a lot of people have bought land and they've lost it, either to double sale, either to a gang or a group of people who are criminals, to land guards, or whatever. So the only way I would advise anyone living in the diaspora to go home and invest is if there are laws or institutions that work, that can guarantee or protect your investment. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if a poor man in Ghana can safely buy land and will be free from all these menace, all these scam,
land litigation.
Yes, then of course I can say that it's a viable business.
All right.
The second point I'll try to make is that let's say you have $50,000, or let me just put it, let's say you have $100,000 and you want to go buy land and build chamber and hall, like 4 units of chamber and hall, okay, and put it up for rent in a place like a Shoman Estate. I use a Shoman Estate because I'm familiar with the place. So let's say in a place like a Shoman Estate, okay?
All right.
You spend $100,000 to build, and 1 unit goes for, let's say, 500 Ghana cedis, okay? So that's 2,000 Ghana cedis for the 4 units, okay? Chamber and hall. I'm not talking about a 2-bedroom or whatever, but just a chamber and hall, self-contained, okay? 2,000 Ghana cedis for the 4 units for a month. How much is that? Let's just say $1 to a cedi is like $1 to 10 Ghana cedis. I know it's 11.60 something.
Let's run it up to 12.
Let's just use 10. Let's just use 10.
Okay.
Assuming the economy is doing well, let's just use 10.
Yeah.
That's $200.
All right.
Okay, that's $200. Whilst I can equally go to work and make that money in less than 5 to 6 hours. So why should I waste my time and money, especially I'm talking about $100,000 $100,000 can buy you a real estate in America, in some parts of America. Okay, I'm not talking. I don't know all the states, but 5 years ago, you could buy real estate in Texas for like 150 to $200,000. Now things have changed. It is not so anymore. You
Yeah.
know, but I'm saying that if
Mm-hmm.
you're living in the diaspora, why not invest in yourself here first?
Mm-hmm.
So that when you are going home, you can sell that real estate here,
Mm-hmm.
carry the money, go to Ghana and build whatever you want to build. Also, think about it. If I rush and go and build in Ghana right now,
Mm-hmm.
that style of a building in 10, 15 years to come,
Mm-hmm.
that style of a building might have, been
Outmoded and obsolete.
yes, So I go and build something that is modest right now. In 10, 15 years, it's out of fashion.
All right.
Now, also, whilst we grow,
Mm-hmm.
there is always the need for us to make adjustments. So right now, I have a family. I may have a bigger family, a larger family, but when I'm 50, 60, 70, I don't know what the future will hold.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if I quickly go and build a story building or whatever it is, 10, 20 years to come, maybe I may not see any need in that story building. So I may need to downsize. So why
Yeah.
shouldn't I wait,
Mm-hmm.
build a property here, a real estate here that can fetch me, that I can be paying on a mortgage after 10, 15, 20 years, it belongs to you now.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you are finally decided that you want to retire home, you sell that real estate, you have the physical cash,
Mm-hmm.
and go back home and downsize and build something that you can live in it comfortably till the Lord calls you,
All right. Yeah, you've spoken well, you've shared your opinion. I partly agree with you on some of the things, and I don't agree with some. Definitely, your opinions are like noses, and we all share different. One, I agree with you on the part that you don't have to do absentee business. That I will not agree, or I will not advise anybody to do or engage in absentee business. If you want to do any business, you need to be deeply involved. But the safest one that comes in mind to me, reason that we are focusing on real estate, is the real estate business. If you do your due diligence with the land, you can get the land through contacting the right people who could help you, though not to say we are not aware of the double sales and all the litigation that may come with it, but we still have the genuine landowners, traditional authorities who could help you with genuine land. That said, I think doing real estate isn't bad. I would refer you to, that Plato's allegory of the cave.
Yeah.
The one who was released from the chain
Yeah.
was to come see the reality so he could go back to tell the people about the reality, whether they believe it or not. I see the opportunity to travel out of your jurisdiction to another place where you think development is better. I see it to be an opportunity to come back to do or invest in your community. And one way of expanding or opening the eyes of your community is through building or real estate or putting up an edifice that opens up the place. But to build, this is my opinion. One, if you want to build, it should be futuristic and it should be commercial in purpose.
Okay.
Yeah. You can put up maybe a story building, 2-bedroom units each, about 4. Then you give out 1/3 of it. No, like a 3/3, 3/4 of it. That's maybe 3 units of that apartment. If it is 4 different units, you keep 1. You give out the 3 to an institution. You have proper agreement with the institution that every month that institution is paying you something into an account. Mind you, it is easier or it will be cheaper based on the exchange rate, because whatever you have in the US is times base, using your base rate is times 10. So you can easily raise funds to build or to put up an edifice in Ghana from the US. So if you're able to put up something and you put it in your account, it can help you to even pay some bills back in Ghana, because being outside, you can also totally avoid sorting out people down. So you can be using it to help yourself. You can even foot your travel bills back home or your expenditure back home because you have the account in Ghana. It's an agreement with the institution. Let's say maybe we have a university, secondary school, or nurses, or a hospital, or whatever you have back in around where your building is located, or any institution, bank. Let them know that, okay, you've given out the 3 units for an amount of money. You expect that this should be generating monthly, or they pay annually into your account. If they default, all that you have to do is to cancel the agreement with them, get a new agreement. Even in your old age that you want to return back to Ghana, you can decide to sell off the whole unit and maybe buy something. You can even decide to share the place with them. I'll come to maybe my view on building a retirement home back in Ghana. That's another thing we'll discuss. But I'm thinking, with the opportunity you have to build something in Ghana, would also expand. And if you make it commercial in mind, then it helps. But if you want to put up a 10-bedroom house, big, to prove to everyone that, hey, it is a burger in America's house, you only come and spend 2 weeks, 3 weeks in it, and you go back. I don't think like there's a building in my neighborhood that the person comes maybe only 3 weeks, 2 weeks before you see the lights being. And then anytime the person comes, they are breaking off a part of the building, patching up for how long? And like it's like a 10-bedroom or 7-bedroom, and people only come and stand in front of it to take picture, and that's all. How many of the bedrooms can you sleep in? And you build them so connected together that you cannot even rent part of it out, because maybe you have a common living room and the rest. So if you have it yourself, maybe here, maximum 2-bedroom, maximum 3-bedroom. Even if you want to go back, maybe if you are going with your kids are in one room temporarily, you and your wife or your family are in another room because for 2 weeks. Why don't you rather do it commercial in mind and just keep a unit to yourself, and you trade the rest? If you want to sell it at the end to foot other bills in future, you sell it, because business, like the real estate, land, their prices always appreciate. I'll let you come in, but maybe
it takes a lot of financial resources to want to own a real estate. Okay,
not a very, I don't mean a very big one that.
Yeah, I understand.
Because if you want to do the very big one, they need all the structures to ensure that you don't lose. Yeah, but
if
a simple one. Yeah.
If you have to do it, rather do it and do it well. So I'm saying that it takes a lot of financial resources to be able to put up real estate. Okay. For an example here, for you to live in a comfortable place that you can call a home of your own, you are now spending over $400,000 to $500,000. Okay. Now you are paying that much to live in a home in America. At the same time, you want to go back home and build either for commercial purpose or for multi purposes. So for a part for yourself and then a part for commercial purpose. Okay, you'll be paying so much in mortgage here. So where would you get the strength to gather enough funds to go home and go start another project? A lot of Ghanaians living in the diaspora. I'm just using Ghanaians as an example because I was born and bred in Ghana. So I'm just going to use Ghana as an example.
All right.
So we Ghanaians living in the diaspora, we want to a lot of us here, excuse me to say, we want to do things to please people. Okay. So you may have people living here I've started to champion the cause that it is better for you to buy real estate in America than to rush home to go and build home. I understand very well we come from Ghana. There is no place like home. However, my toil, my suffering is in America. I work hard, 16 hours. I do extra hours. I work so hard for my money. Then I gather all that money, send it to Ghana that I want to build, that people there don't even appreciate what you are doing, to the extent that you can spend $50,000 on a piece of land in Ghana, $25,000, $10,000 on a piece of land. A poor country like Ghana, okay? I mean, I'm not talking about natural resources, so let's just take the natural resources
It's a
out of the
debate
question.
for another day.
Yes.
Yeah.
A poor country like Ghana is selling land for $100,000, $50,000. That is absolutely insanity. That is madness at its highest. You cannot build a society like that. We cannot build a society relying on the diaspora, thinking that the diaspora come to Ghana with dollars, so whatever you price, they will be able to buy it. And even if they buy it, what is the assurance that that land is theirs forever? There is a lot of clauses, okay? There is no simple, clear-cut solution. No simple, clear-cut information to acquiring a safe land in Ghana. It is just so absurd. It is madness.
Yeah, but Senyo, if you championing this campaign now, that maybe you wouldn't advise anyone to put up any structure in Ghana, they should focus here. Then when are we going to get our homes, also our hometowns, or our country also? When are we going to get our country developed? Because we need such capital investment, we need such infrastructure.
Ghana has done a lot. When you go to Accra, Kumasi, and a lot of these big cities, go around and do your research. Most of the homes that you see are owned by people living in the diaspora. To the extent that, you know, at a point when they retire and they go back and they now want to enjoy their harvest, then it becomes a problem. People now want to fight you on your own land. You know, go to Accra and go and see my father's neighborhood alone. How many people, man, I cannot even count the people living in the diaspora who have put up buildings that they are not even living in those buildings. When they come, it's for a month or two and they are gone.
Yeah, you just opened me up to the next thought about if you want to have a place to sleep or to have your residence anytime you travel back home. The idea that I have, it may be debatable, but I think you can always do that amalgamation building where you and your friends, you know, you have 6, 4, 5 friends, can design something, put up something like a similar plan, 5 bedroom, 6 bedroom, then you share cost of maintenance. Believe you me, I don't think you and even your sisters or your family would go because you have different work schedules. I don't think all of you would go back home at the same time. So maybe if you have a 6-unit building, each is 2 bedroom, everybody has their private or separate key. You have a common pool, you have common facilities, gym, and the rest that maybe help you when you come. Then you have one caretaker who may be, or maybe you get a security company who will be getting you someone who will be manning the post periodically or every day, get people to go clean out the compound. Maybe the month that you'll be going, you may have access to the whole place alone. The next time another person is going, even if you retire, can use that place as your retirement room. You all have access to your unit so that you don't end up, I would always discourage that someone going to put up more than a 3-bedroom house in Ghana to prove a point that he lives outside or he's making the dollars, to go and spend only 2 weeks in it. What do you think about this idea of joining forces with friends to put up such places? You all have your separate room and you share costs of maintenance of such places.
It's not bad. It's a great idea, but you have to look at things from a different perspective. Anyway. We are living in a generation where we are living in a new dispensation where a lot of people Everyone is self-centered. Everybody is self-centered. We cannot come together.
Is that not what the West is teaching you?
Oh yes, but you know, so that is the agenda that they are pushing. Everyone has to be self-centered. Everything, you have to work hard for yourself. Everything is about me, me, me. That's it.
No more communal spirit.
No more communal spirit. So personally, my advice is, if in my case, if I have a dad who has a structure in Ghana, why should I worry myself going to buy another land, building a structure that I will also say that, this is my property? No. Let me rather invest here so that when they come on holidays, they will also come and enjoy the fruit of my labor. When I also go back there, I know there is a structure that I can go and stay in for a month and come back, or 2 months and come back. And when I'm fully retired, I can gather all my retirement resources, whatever I have, go back and invest in whatever business that I so choose to, But as it stands right now, man, I don't really see real estate as a viable business for.
But you just shot yourself in the foot by stating that if your dad has a place or your dad's place, you can go lodge over there for a while. Maybe your children would also have to say that one day that, or maybe if my dad has a place, I would also decide to go put up or renovate that structure and live in. So if you have the view that we shouldn't put up something in Ghana at all, then it's suggesting that there will be stall in development. We'll not be seeing modern buildings, the kind of fancy buildings you may see, not the woody ones, but the kind of fancy buildings you may see over here could not be replicated.
Those in Ghana should also be moving towards, doing something for themselves as well. We shouldn't always think that it is only coming to the diaspora that will give you, the exposure or the financial capability to be able to do some of these things. I know there are a lot of people building, nurses, doctors, teachers. So long as you are working hard, you should be able to put up something. But the vast majority of people only think that they have to come here before they can, work hard, make some money before they can put up a structure in Ghana. I'm saying that we should move from that perception, that thought, that we can only come here, make it, and go back and go and build. Let those who are living there also build the system. Okay, we are here. A lot of the financial burden relies on us. Man, there are some things I wouldn't want to say.
I understand.
Yes,
That's why I was saying that having something in Ghana could augment for you always melting and sending it back home, because with people like you, definitely almost every day you may wake up with those local demands and you'd have to fulfill some of those demands. But if you have something running for you back home, you can always use part of that to settle some of those demands. You can also,
it's not going to be enough. Assuming even if I have 6 units and one is going for even 1,000 Ghana cedis, that's what that's 6,000 Ghana cedis. 6,000 Ghana cedis is how much in dollars? That's like, let's just say $1 to 10
or $550.
Let's say $600. Okay. Man, most of these demands, you are looking at over $100 for a single demand. Okay, man, it's a lot you don't really want to dive into. But I honestly don't see it as a viable.
Okay. So for you, your final words is that you will not advise that anyone in the diaspora who live in the diaspora for a long time to go build over there, but rather invest in yourself and your wherever you live, your apartment, in wherever you live.
Invest in yourself here first. Invest in your health, where you sleep. Invest in a structure of your own, something you can call your own. I know a lot of people will say that, oh, if you buy a house in America, it doesn't belong to you. See, people don't understand this system.
All right, viewers, the debate still continues. Would you also subscribe to the view that invest in yourself over here and don't think too much of home? Share your opinion in the comment section. Share your views. We all channel these debates into better future for ourselves, for our homes, from where we're coming from. And never forget to also subscribe. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you.